I've been with US Cellular for years now. They asked me to tell you about their special customer event, Us Days. Exclusive deals, like up to $1,200 for any new phone. So I said, if I'm gonna be on TV, think I can get hair and makeup? And I even got a manicure too.
Us Days at US Cellular. Get up to $1,200 to upgrade to any new phone.
Hi everybody, Danielle Seifert here, letting you know that I have the keys to your brand new home. I have been handing over keys to dream homes in the Des Moines Metro for 20 years. And with my team in Ankeny, we deliver an experience that's simple and stress-free. Sound advice, savvy negotiating, exceptional customer service, and the keys to living your best life are just the start of what you get when you are working with me and my team. Check out available properties at danielleseifert.com. Let's talk soon.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Garage Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching, we have the best technology, we have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
US Cellular Prepaid lets you pick a plan that fits your needs. We don't deprioritize you like the other guys in their prepaid plans. With our great 5G network coverage that keeps you in the fast lane. Our 5G coverage is always along for the ride. Buy 1 month of service right now and get the second one free. US Cellular, built for us.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
Hi everybody, Danielle Seifert here, letting you know that I have the keys to your brand new home. I have been handing over keys to dream homes in the Des Moines Metro for 20 years. And with my team in Ankeny, we deliver an experience that's simple and stress-free. Sound advice, savvy negotiating, exceptional customer service, and the keys to living your best life are just the start of what you get when you are working with me and my team. Check out available properties at danielleseifert.com. Let's talk soon.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for years now. They asked me to tell you about their special customer event, Us Days. Exclusive deals, like up to $1,200 for any new phone. So I said, if I'm going to be on TV, think I can get hair and makeup? And I even got a manicure, too.
Us Days at U.S. Cellular. Get up to $1,200 to upgrade to any new phone.
Hi everybody, Danielle Seifert here, letting you know that I have the keys to your brand new home. I have been handing over keys to dream homes in the Des Moines Metro for 20 years. And with my team in Ankeny, we deliver an experience that's simple and stress-free. Sound advice, savvy negotiating, exceptional customer service, and the keys to living your best life are just the start of what you get when you are working with me and my team. Check out available properties at danielleseifert.com. Let's talk soon.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
Well, good evening. This is Austin Oliver coming to you live from South Ankeny. It's the Pella Dutch up against the Ankeny Hawks for the season opener for both teams. We just got done with pre-game introductions, got both teams introduced. The referees are getting into position, getting ready to go. We're going to be keying in on the Ankeny Hawks. They'll be in the white. They're going to be going from right to left, and the Pella Dutch will be actually opposite. The Dutch will be going on from right to left in the all whites, and the Ankeny Hawks will be in the all maroons, going from left to right. We got 40 minutes on the clock tonight. Just talking to Andy as we get started with the game here. It's about as worse you could get. It could get a little bit worse because it could be some some moisture out there. But other than that, it's about as cool and windy as it can get for spring soccer. So the Pella Dutch are putting the ball into play. The game is on the way. Dutch are coming in, like I said, with the first game of the season for both clubs. The Dutch are coming in without one of their big goal scorers from last year. Put up about 29 goals for them last year, and they're coming back without their goalkeeper. So they're going to be looking to replace that high output that they had last year from one of their departing seniors. So it'll be interesting to see how they replace that offense this year. Hawks have a throw-in from the far side in their offensive side right now. It's 30 degrees here, but the wind chill is about 21 miles per hour wind here. So it's going to get cold quick here as the overcast sun here goes away even a little bit further. Already got the lights on for the 6 o'clock start tonight. Got a foul called. It'll be on the Dutch. It'll be a free kick for the Hawks. Glad to be here with the Ankeny Activities Network. Our maiden game for the boys soccer season so far this year. Looking forward to bringing you as much coverage as we can this season. As they give it up to the Dutch. Dutch on a little bit of a run out. Defense is back in a pretty good position. Midfielder puts it into some open space, but it goes right to Dockendorf, and Dockendorf handles it with his feet and picks it up. Is going to put it back into play. Dockendorf, a sophomore goalkeeper for the Hawks. He's going to drop it down for one of the defenders to put it into play. Dutch get the ball back. They try to cycle it to the back, playing a little keep away from the Hawks. Hawks playing pretty decent defense. They put it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in on the far side for the Dutch. Ball taken away by the Hawks, and they'll cycle it around the back. That's Jackson Roberts with a touch there as a senior defender. Looking to play it into the midfielder. Henry McMillan, a junior defender, playing in the midfield right now, looks like. That was number 11. That's Keaton Coble, midfielder, sophomore midfielder. Sends it up to the goal keep there. He's going to throw it back into play. Now, I think Andy, the producer here, I think we established that the wind's coming out of the east, northwest. It's coming out of the northwest. So I'm trying to see who. We don't have any flags up tonight because of the wind, but it looks like Ankeny right now is going to have the advantage for the first half with the wind. They're going to be playing with the wind. If that is an advantage, it's going to take a little while for them to understand the concepts, but it's got a little bit of a crosswind as well. But looking at the AR's flags as they're standing there, and they're kind of blowing down. It is pretty much blowing right over to the east, so I think that's probably about right. So it should be pretty even for the wind being a factor, other than the fact that it's going to make it pretty cold out there for both teams. Cobo with the touch there, runs it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. He throws it in. Played all the way across, gets over to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper does touch it. It's going to be a corner kick. That'll be the first corner kick of the night. The corner kicks are brought to you by Iowa Rush. Reach out to iowarush.com for any needs for soccer-related activities here in the city of Ankeny. Been a longtime supporter of both Centennial Digital and Ankeny Activities Network. As we got our first corner kick of the night, trying to see who's down there. It's going to be number 11. That's going to be Keaton Cobo, a sophomore midfielder and defender. That's going to be putting it into play. Wind's blowing so hard it almost blew it off the corner kick. Cobo puts it in. Nice ball, just overshoots everyone. A couple heads tried to reach up there to get a touch on it, but nobody's able to make a connection. It'll be a goal kick for the Dutch. Goalkeeper immediately puts it in. They cycle it around the back. Colton Messer, a senior defender, is taking up the field. Gives it away to the Hawks as the Hawks get control. Henry McMillan out to Cobo, and Cobo goes off of Cobo's foot and goes out of bounds. Be Austin Bone, the senior captain for the Dutch, a midfielder, is going to actually hand it off to one of the other players to throw in. Ball goes out of bounds off the Hawks. It'll be another throw-in for the Dutch as they lead that throw-in down the sidelines. It does trickle out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks pretty far down into the offensive zone of the Dutch. Strong throw-in, but the throw-in does go out of bounds with nobody touching it, so it'll be a throw-in for the Dutch just across midfield. McMillan takes that ball and just knocks it right off of the Pella forward. It goes out of bounds. It'll be another throw-in for the Hawks. I wonder how much the wind the stands actually blocks, because there's going to be a little bit less wind here in the middle as it blows across, but then the ends are going to be really blustery as they get down towards the goal. It kind of looks like it, like in the midfield from about the 30 to the 30 maybe even the 35 to the 35. There's not nearly as much wind as there is from the 35 all the way down to the goal line on both sides of the turf here. Dockador steps up. He's going to control that ball right at the edge of the zone. He rolls it in, keeps it on the ground. Jackson Roberts takes it upfield. Touched by Andrew Loader, Jr., gives up the ball. Dutch doing a nice little pass back, but kind of some miscommunication by the midfielder and the forward leads to Dockendorf gaining control of the ball. He puts it into play. Oh, yeah, just looking at the referee down here. He's definitely feeling the pain of this early season game here. He's got one of his hands in his armpit trying to keep his hands warm. Sending the ball outside to Gannon Ripley. He controls it up to number 9, Landon Bengi, a junior forward. Nice little bit of footwork is around his first defender. He's going to be able to take a shot on goal. Slides it through to one of the other midfielders. And almost a shot on goal, but enough Dutch defenders there to defend that, and they're sending it back out. They're trying to get control and get it out of the Ankeny zone, but the Hawks are knocking each ball down and keeping it in zone. Dutch send it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in right at mid pitch there for the Hawks. They quickly take it. Long pass into Cal Wahlberg. He takes it, send it into the middle. Pella defender just takes that out. Number 13, Austin Lundberg, with a nice little steal from the Dutch, and just gets a little bit too much oomph on that pass, and it rolls out of the backside of the end zone there. It'll be a goal kick for the Dutch, and they immediately take it out on a roll in. Ball pinballing around there, but the defensive unit for the Hawks is in a decent position. Oh, they just missed a ball there, and Dockendorf is there for a nice save at his first save of the evening. He was put in a really, really bad position by his defense as the Dutch take another shot and then take another shot, and it's going to sail out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick for the Hawks. Dockendorf in the right place at the right time with a nice save, first one of the year. Hawks ain't able to connect on a few passes here. They try to move that ball off the field. The Dutch end up snagging the ball, sending it to the outside, back to the defensive line. Jack Crossley sends the ball down the field, goes out of bounds. Be a throw-in for the Hawks here. Is it a throw-in for the Hawks? Must have bounced off of somebody there. Andrew Loader pleading for the ball here on who's going to be on the throw-in. It's going to be a Dutch throw-in. Colton Messer, the senior defender, is going to be the one throwing it in. We got number 13 for the Hawks. Austin Lundberg is rolling over to the sideline here. Not sure what's going on exactly. Maybe a trainer situation. May have some blood showing up there. Looks like he's... I don't know what's going on over there. So impromptu substitutions making his way onto the field. That's number 5. Brian Jimenez just into the game. Looks like maybe a bloody nose over there for Lundberg. Dutch with a shot, goes off the back of number 15 on Andrew Loader, or Tyler Woods, playing defender back there in the mid defender. Hawks send it down. Nice bit of footwork by Andrew Loader, sends it into Landon Bengi. Bengi offsides right at the 25-yard line. Yep, just a little bit of a miscommunication there. Bengi got a little bit ahead of himself. It took off. Looks like Lundberg's ready to come back in, so they'll wait for the referee signal to come back in, but he's standing at the midfield line, ready to go. Typically, substitutions can only happen when you're in possession of the ball, so he must be missing the fact that that there is a substitution because they do have a free kick. Lundberg should be able to come in, as they are on the far side, should be signaling to the mid-referee that there is a substitution. but they're not letting him back in yet. Ripley with a nice little give and go, and another give and go to the outside, but it just goes off the edge of Ripley's foot and runs out of bounds. But nice little connection with both players running down that sideline, trying to get some momentum to get it down the field. I think right now both teams are very compact right now. There's not a lot of openings. There's just defenders everywhere. So both teams are going to be working to get some open field opportunities here to try to get these formations stretched out a little bit so they can try to find some open grass here to get some of these passes through and to get these balls moving forward for the offense of each team. Which is typically kind of one of the problems you have in the early season, is that the spacing and the formations just don't roll as effectively as they can as they get into midfield and towards the end of the season, where players start to understand where they need to be. But both teams are going to look to get that corrected as soon as possible so they can have a little bit more room to operate their offense. Here is one of the Pella Dutch players lets it go off his foot as he tried to settle it down, and then Hawks take it in quickly. Andrew Loader's down there with a touch, then gets knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in once again for the Hawks. Keaton Coble, a sophomore defender, throws it in. Out of bounds again. It'll be a throw-in on the far side for the Dutch. Yeah, with this wind, all the action is on the far side of the field, and it'll be that way pretty much all night unless this wind dies down as the day kind of wanes here. But I imagine this wind is going to keep at it pretty much the rest of the evening. Coltomessa with a few touches. Gets up to Tepi Papadopoulos. Landon Beggy with some control. Gets into Wahlberg. Wahlberg tries to send it in. I think we're going to have one of our first fouls of the game. It's going to be in a decent position for them to be able to attack the net. That was I think that was Lundberg that drew the foul there in the midfield. We've got Kyle Wahlberg and Ripley. Looks like they were standing over the ball, and it looks like they're going to defer to Wahlberg for the take on this ball. Yeah, Krosky, Ripley, Lundberg, and Loader all going to be overloading the right side here as they try to get something going on that right side to get a goal here. The Dutch have set up with a four-person wall right directly in front of the kicker. They puts it right on goal, and it's going to go to the left, a little bit wide. 24 minutes left to go here in the first half. 0-0 score between the Dutch and the Hawks. Hawks have been putting a little bit of pressure on the Dutch here in the last few minutes. Ball's rolling down the field. Tyler Woods sends it into Dockendorf. Dockendorf sends it out the other side. I am definitely glad we are up here. This wind is just gusting down there. Nice touch by Loader to get the ball down, but does give it up. Carson Leathers, senior midfielder for the Dutch, sends it up to the offensive side of the zone. Hawks come out with it. Sending it to the outside. Keaton Coble turns it around, sends the ball upfield. Connects up with Wahlberg. Wahlberg does a nice little kick pass in there. Loader wins the first guy, and Loader gets a touch on it, trying to keep the ball in bounds, and he does so. And the Dutch send it out of bounds. That'll be a throw-in. Coble over there for the throw-in. Dutch gain possession. They send it over here to the near side. Colton Messer taking it up the field, trying to connect up with Chase Hamilton on the outside. He does so. Nice little ball over to Hamilton, but Jack Krosky's gets enough of a touch, knocks it off of the Pella defender. He puts the ball right into play with a throw in. Jackson Roberts sends it in to Wahlberg. Wahlberg tries to get some open field. He's got Landon Benge trying to run it down, but it's just not going to have enough speed there. As the Pella defender and the Hawk offensive player end up crashing into each other. I don't know, something flew down there. Is that a pair of gloves or a hat? It's a hat, looks like. And I don't know what the call was there. Was it just an out of bounds? Can't believe with that collision there was some kind of a call. Throwing for the Hawks is what it was. Offsides call on the Hawks. It'll be a free kick for the Dutch. Now it looks like they're going to make their first sub of the game. I think it's going to be Emmanuel Dyers, a sophomore forward, is going to be coming in. I guess he probably is going to be coming in for Tyler Barnes, a junior forward. That's right on the ball right now. Ripley with a couple nice touches, just probing, looking for an opportunity. Apostopoulos gets a touch on it, gets a steal, moves it forward, but he hits a brick wall by the name of Tyler Woods, and he stops that ball, sends it backwards. Tyler Woods touches that ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Dutch. That referee is definitely missing the substitution. That substitution has been sitting over there for a couple different plays where he could have got brought in. It's the AR's job to snap that flag and let him know that there's a substitution in there, but he has yet to do so. And actually was a foul called on Tyler Wood, so it is a free kick from that spot over there on the far side as the Dutch look to put some pressure on the Hawks. A nice little ball just kind of stalled up in the air there, but Dockendorf is able to control it fairly easily. Jackson Dockendorf with his second save of the game. With Ankeny gaining possession, it should have been a play on there. But the referee stops it and gives a free kick. I think McMillan goes down pretty hard. I think that's McMillan. They took it all the way from the defensive side of the ball. That was not McMillan. Who is that over there? Maybe number 8. Maybe, no, that's not Krosky. Nice little chip shots. Taken out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Dutch. They try to make their way down the field. Referee finally does wave on number 23. He's going to take number 2 spot. That's going to be Carson Leathers coming out. And then Emmanuel Dyers, sophomore, coming into the midfield, maybe playing a little bit of forward at the same time. Dutch throw the ball in, but it's kicked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in once again for the Dutch. Hawks need to get that ball out of the offensive zone of the Dutch. Lundberg with a touch. Emmanuel Dyers here gets control of the ball, sends it down. It's going to be a throw-in for the Hawks. Got a little bit of action on the near side here, Andy, finally. Nice long ball, gets up to midfield, but it is controlled by the Dutch. Hawks are looking to try to get it back. They're fighting through there, but the Dutch do control, get the ball moving forward. It's number 7 for the Dutch, Austin Bone, the senior midfielder, takes a ball and kicks it off of one of the Hawk defenders, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Dutch. Ball stolen by the Hawks. Try to maneuver through just a lot of traffic there on the far side. Bengi does a nice job of just kind of letting that one slide by, but does get taken down by the defender and gives up the ball. Hawks get it right back. Krosky with a touch now, sends it over to Ripley. Ripley tries to get a touch on that, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Dutch. Nice steal there by is that Bengi or Wahlberg? That's Wahlberg. Tries to send that ball in. Just a little bit too strong for both Bengi and Loader. Were both up there ready to go, but just overshot it with just a little too much power there. The Dutch almost send it out of bounds, but it's well controlled by Messer on the near side. And then does go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. Got another substitution coming in. It looks like number 3 is coming into the game for the Hawks. That's Brandon Tout. Brandon Tout. Lundberg fighting through a couple defenders. Tries to slide that ball into Loader. Loader does a couple touches on it, but does lose a little bit of his footing. Dyers from Pella gets the touch on the ball. He's trying to move that ball into the midfield. Sending the ball into some space for Dyer, but not able to connect up. That midfielder for the Dutch tried to send it to the middle. Should have sent it to the outside because Dyer was on a dead sprint ready to go to get that ball. As he steals that ball away from the Ankeny defender. No call there as Dyer goes down to the turf. Ball sent deep by the Dutch. Hansen takes the ball, sends it all the way back to Dockendorf. Dockendorf takes it out to Roberts. Roberts with a few touches, goes off one of the defenders. Some trouble there, but he's able to get out of it there. Sends the ball to the outside, but it's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in deep in the Dutch offensive territory here as they get that ball in immediately. Looking to make something happen here with 13 minutes left to go here in the first half. I think just both teams are a little bit off tonight. You know, the touches aren't very clean. The passes have been clean here and there, but been a little bit of chaos on those. Lots of balls just hitting other people, other teams, and bouncing off. A lot of pinball action tonight. But it's kind of what's to be expected at this time of the season as the ball just barely goes out of bounds on the far end. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. The Dutch coached by Mark Solomon. Dyers goes down. Sending the ball into the middle. It's controlled by the Dutch. They send it back up to the midfield. Wahlberg with a nice little steal there. Tries to get it squeak through a little sliver of openness, but the Dutch are right there ready to take that down. Henry McMillan on the chase on the defender as the Dutch get that ball into the offensive zone. Nice job of working hard with Woods down there. That's Woods, I think, down there that sent that ball out of bounds instead of giving up a corner kick. So nice job with the hustle out of him. That's actually McMillan down there that sent that ball out of bounds instead of down outside the end line. Nice touchdown by Bengi as he drives forward. Nice little job here from Loaders. Way off sides here, but gets back on sides. Tries to get that ball back over to him. He does get a touch. Stepping up is Wahlberg. He takes a shot, and it's saved by Huckstep. Tristan Huckstep with his first save of the match. Number 1, senior goalkeeper for the Dutch. Nice little offensive set for the Hawks, though, there, too. They're going to be able to build on that as they do get a steal right in the midfield. Brandon Tout gets that ball and then does give it back up. Messer running down the sidelines. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Hawks. Just a little bit over 10 minutes left to go here in the first half. Got no ball kids here tonight, Andy. Yep, too cold. So the players are having to run it down. Looks like we got one down here in the left goal keep there that's keeping an eye on a ball down there. But I think that's the only one we've got here tonight. Dutch trying to send it to some open space, but it does go out of bounds. A little bit too strong on that first touch. Be a Hawk throw in. Nice little box out for the Pella Dutch defender. Sends it out to Messer. Little give and go. Messer down the sidelines, but the Hawk defenders are there ready to go. Hawk defender sends it right down the sidelines. Brandon Tout with that step. Lundberg with some nice pressure gets the ball here, sends it to the outside. It's going to be Bengi with a nice run there. It's going to be able to keep it into bounds. He turns it around and gets himself moving forward. Gets a nice little touch there past the first defender. Doesn't get past the second one. The second one sends it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in deep in the Dutch defensive territory here. Hawks with another opportunity as we just trickle under 9 minutes here left to go in the first half. Ooh, Pella Dutch, Dutch on Dutch crime there. He just took out his own guy, launched that ball, and it hit his buddy right in the head about 4 feet away from him, but he's none the worse for wear. Can't imagine getting hit on that. Getting hit like that on a night like tonight. Free kick here for the Hawks. Sending it into play. Nice little ball. Almost goes off, but almost just goes in on the untouched there. But the goalkeeper is in great position. Huckstep with the save. Sends that ball out to the mid pitch. Hawks are definitely starting to string together some offense here. It's looking quite a bit better than it was here in the first half of the game here. We played a lot more of on the offensive side for the Hawks here as the game has moved into the second part of the first half. Lundberg with a foul just outside of the box. Going to be another free kick. It's going to be another great opportunity for the Hawks to maybe get ahead on a ball and get it into the back of the goal, or maybe even a free kick from there to direct shot right into the goal. 7 minutes left to go. Still 0-0 between the Dutch and the Hawks. Ball's put into play. Nice touch goes off one of the defenders. He sends it out. Still pinballing around there in the offensive zone for the Hawks. They're not able to control it. And here we go. Dyers is right here, ready to go, ready to take off. But Woods does a nice job of defending him well. Just gets in the way, gets it back to Dockendorf, and they're able to fight another day. Dockendorf rolls it in. Ripley to Woods. Woods just narrowly misses one of the defenders. Putting it to some open space. Nice pass there from number 17, Loader. As number 3, Tout, is able to track that one down. It'll be a throw-in for the far side. We got mass substitutions coming in for both teams for this last 6 minutes. Have to see who we got here coming into the game. We got 21 for the Dutch. Looks like you got number 4, number 1, and number 5 in for the Hawks. That's Tyler Neward. And number 1. And then number 4 will be Lincoln Sanderson. And number 5, Brian Jimenez, who's making his second appearance in the game after that early injury for Lundberg. Jimenez sends it to the outside. Tout with the touch, sends it into the offensive zone. That's going to be number 1. Tyler Neward, sophomore forward. Going to be a goal kick for the Dutch. Gideon Vanderkieft is a senior midfielder for the Dutch. He's into the game. I'm trying to figure out the rest of these substitutions here of who came into the game. Looks like Reed Beard, number 8, senior forward, is into the game as well. Dutch sending it down the field, but just really not connecting with anybody. So the Hawks get the chance to steal that one back, and the Dutch send that one out of bounds. 3:45 left to go here in the first half. 0-0 tie still. Hawks give away the ball, and it goes out of bounds off of the Hawks. It'll be a throw-in for the Dutch. So we got another injured player there, just stepped off of the pitch, and looks like we're going to get another substitution in for the Dutch. That's number 5 for the Dutch. That'll be Caleb Kalkwarf. Throw in for the Dutch goes awry. It goes right back to the Hawks. Hawks pressuring up very, very quickly. Dutch send it out of bounds. Goes way out of bounds here, so we were waiting for somebody to jump a fence to go grab that ball. Tyler Woods with a touch. Not a very good one there as the Dyer's able to get a touch on that first. Wood does a good job of tracking that one down and getting back into the offensive flow of the game. Ripley with some nice footwork sends it to the outside. Back into the defensive set. They take a skip over there, and skip doesn't make it all the way across the field. Take it back by the Hawks. That'll be a foul on the Hawks. That was on Tyler Neward. Got Austin Bone. Looks like he's taking the free kick. That was actually Max Lawman, senior defender, that took that free kick there. Looks like he's one of the captains as well. I saw the captain armband, assumed it was Austin Bone. Dutch throw it in. It's controlled by the Hawks. Look at try to get out of the offensive zone for the Dutch. Hawk defenders kind of playing with fire back there, a little bit too confident, but they do send that one out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Dutch. Just 30 seconds left to go here in the first half. Ball goes out of bounds off of the Dutch. It'll be a goal kick for the Hawks. And Dockendorf will just sit on that ball as the last few seconds of the first half trickle off the clock. It's halftime, 0-0 score between the Hawks and the Dutch. And we'll be back in a few minutes for the second half. Hear from a word from our sponsors.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for years now. They asked me to tell you about their special customer event, Us Days. Exclusive deals, like up to $1,200 for any new phone. So I said, if I'm going to be on TV, think I can get hair and makeup? And I even got a manicure, too.
Us Days at U.S. Cellular. Get up to $1,200 to upgrade to any new phone.
Hi everybody, Danielle Seifert here, letting you know that I have the keys to your brand new home. I have been handing over keys to dream homes in the Des Moines Metro for 20 years. And with my team in Ankeny, we deliver an experience that's simple and stress-free. Sound advice, savvy negotiating, exceptional customer service, and the keys to living your best life are just the start of what you get when you are working with me and my team. Check out available properties at danielleseifert.com. Let's talk soon.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
US Cellular Prepaid lets you pick a plan that fits your needs. We don't deprioritize you like the other guys in their prepaid plans. With our great 5G network coverage that keeps you in the fast lane. Our 5G coverage is always along for the ride. Buy 1 month of service right now and get the second one free. US Cellular, built for us.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
Welcome back to soccer here on the Ankeny Activities Network, built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team. Andy Pollack with you here in the Iowa Rush Studios at halftime. We're at 0-0. Pella, the Dutch, came up 163 today, taking on the Hawks in a game that's featured just a couple offensive opportunities so far. Both teams struggling to get anything going on the offensive end. The wind is playing a huge factor in the spacing and the ability to connect on long passes here in the first half, as Ankeny had a little bit of advantage of the wind, a little bit more out of the left on your screen as you look at things, and Ankeny was going from left to right, but just not able to connect on a lot of their longer passes, and it's really messed with the spacing that's going on out there too right now. So these teams really struggling to find any offensive rhythm, as they, of course, the early season stuff to work through as well has been an issue here today. But we're about halfway through our halftime show here in the Iowa Rush Studios. Weather has been a huge factor here today as well. Currently right now at 6:49 in Ankeny, Iowa, it is 29 degrees with a feels like temperature of 15, and we've got 21-mile-an-hour winds out of the northwest, gusting up to 30 miles an hour, and we have certainly felt some of those gusts up here in our press box. Fortunately, not messing with our equipment too much either right now, though, but certainly has been the weather has been a huge factor so far here today in what we've got going on. Taking a look at a couple other games going on here tonight, so I got to pull those up here quick. Going on in the CIML tonight, the inaugural night of soccer here. Ames and Valley did not play their game tonight. Southeast Polk is at Carlisle. Norwalk is at Dowling. And here, of course, we are at 0-0 Pella at Ankeny. We'll be back with more of our halftime show after this. Let you know, first of all, about some more games coming up right now. We've got Friday will be the Hawks and Jags will both be hosting doubleheaders. On the girls' side, they will host and play Ames and DCG Friday night. That'll be at 5 o'clock. Both the Hawks and Jags will host at their respective fields. We'll be carrying both of those games. And then again on Saturday morning at 11, we will have those games as well, as the Hawks and Jags. Not playing against each other yet, but should certainly be a very, very good year for the Hawks and Jags gals. It is the first game tonight for new Hawks boys coach Trevor Fuccio, as he trying to get things rolling here on the offensive end and try to get some more consistency on the offensive end. Is like we mentioned, that weather has just made a huge issue for spacing and trying to attack, as it is 20 to 30 mile an hour winds out of the northwest. Pella will have the wind in the second half. We'll see if they can do anything with it. It'll put a little more pressure on the the Ankeny defense. For the Hawks, Dockendorf, the sophomore goalkeeper, does have 2 saves on the night. He's done a nice job back there in goal for the Hawks. We'll take another break and be back. It'll be about time to start the second half right after this. This is the Ankeny Activities Network, built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for years now. They asked me to tell you about their special customer event, Us Days. Exclusive deals, like up to $1,200 for any new phone. So I said, if I'm going to be on TV, think I can get hair and makeup? And I even got a manicure, too.
Us Days at U.S. Cellular. Get up to $1,200 to upgrade to any new phone.
Hi everybody, Danielle Seifert here, letting you know that I have the keys to your brand new home. I have been handing over keys to dream homes in the Des Moines Metro for 20 years. And with my team in Ankeny, we deliver an experience that's simple and stress-free. Sound advice, savvy negotiating, exceptional customer service, and the keys to living your best life are just the start of what you get when you are working with me and my team. Check out available properties at danielleseifert.com. Let's talk soon.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Jarash Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
U.S. Cellular Prepaid lets you pick a plan that fits your needs. We don't deprioritize you like the other guys in their prepaid plans. With our great 5G network coverage that keeps you in the fast lane. Our 5G coverage is always along for the ride. Buy 1 month of service right now and get the second one free. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
Hi everybody, Danielle Seifert here, letting you know that I have the keys to your brand new home. I have been handing over keys to dream homes in the Des Moines Metro for 20 years. And with my team in Ankeny, we deliver an experience that's simple and stress-free. Sound savvy negotiation, exceptional customer service, and the keys to living your best life are just the start of what you get when you are working with me and my team. Check out available properties at danielleseifert.com. Let's talk soon.
All right, 0-0 at the halftime here as both of the teams are coming out of the locker rooms. Probably enjoyed it in the locker rooms a lot more than they did out here on the field, as that wind is not going away at all right now. 40 minutes on the clock. They'll flip sides. The Hawks will be in there once again. Their burgundies going from right to left. And the Dutch have yet to take the field here as they'll get some last-minute instructions from Mark Solomon, their coach. As they start to take the field, they'll be in the whites going from left to right. Like we kind of talked about in the first half, I don't think the wind really is a factor for a positive factor for either team. As the referee, we're just waiting on the referees to get out here as they're just starting to trickle out of the locker room right now, getting ready to go. Looks like we have a change of goal for the Hawks. Double zero. We got Ben Herwig in for the Hawks, senior goalie. Trying to look around, see if there's any other changes here to the starting lineups here. But it looks like we're pretty much exactly the same group that started the game out. Looks like Brian Jimenez is starting the second half, number 5, or the immediate touch on the ball. So that is one of the other changes that we see so far. Wahlberg with some touches. Sends it back to Woods. Woods takes it up the field. Over here to Coble. Coble tries to connect up to Rippey, but just a little bit too strong. And Lundberg, Bengi, a little bit too strong. Would have had an opportunity to get a score on goal, but instead gets called for offsides. It's the first turnover here of the game, and I think the goalkeeper here thinks it's a goal kick, but he doesn't realize that there was a offsides call. As the Dutch put the ball back into play. Avon Hellbush with the touch here, sends it up the sidelines. McMillan sends it right back. Bengi on the chase, pushes that ball all the way down into far reaches of the offensive zone for the Hawks. Sends it back out, but right back down into the Hawks' possession. Ripley with a nice touch pass. Ripley and Loader in with a couple touches, but turnover leads the Dutch down the field. They got an opportunity here as Dyer's on the far side. Ripley with a touch, barely goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Dutch. Jimenez definitely quick with his feet there in the midfield. Nice job of stealing the ball away. We just had a huge gust of wind come through here, just still going right now, just shaking the press box up here. Sounded like I got a train coming behind the backside of the press box here, but just the wind. Be a free kick on the far side. And ball gets caught up in the Gulf Stream there, the jet stream of the wind flowing through there. Gets stopped, but a valiant effort from the Hawk player putting that ball into play. Lundberg with a nice slide over the Bengi, back to Lundberg. Lundberg tries to hit Bengi into some free space, but the defensive individual from the Dutch sends that ball out the backside, so it'll be a corner kick. Those corner kicks are brought to you by Iowa Rush, iowarush.com for all your soccer needs here in Ankeny. Camps, leagues, lessons. IraRush.com. Strong kick is going to go right to the goalkeeper. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll be another corner kick. Tristan Huckstep with the save. Kobo in with another free kick. Puts the ball into play, a little bit lower this time. Bounces off of a couple Dutch defenders. It'll be another corner kick. Hawks sending in somebody short here. Another strong kick in from Kobo. Once again goes off of a defender. That went off of a defender. They did not call it that time, but it definitely went off of Dyers on the far side there. Definitely got a touch on that before it went out of bounds, but the referee didn't see it that way, and it's ball to the Dutch. Out of bounds. And I don't think that one went out of bounds either. It looked like it bounced in bounds, but I don't think that there's a rule if it's out of bounds in the air. It's still in bounds until it touches the ground, but maybe I'm incorrect. Nice little piece of footwork there from Bengi as he tries to clear Ripley, but is not able to do so. Try to clear Loader there. But it seems like some of those connections are starting to happen a little bit more frequently here as the game wears on. They'll be looking to get some open space and get a couple more shots on goal and see if the Hawk can put one into the back of the net. Nice little touch pass from the Dutch. Sends the ball out of bounds by Tyler Woods. It'll be a throw-in for the Dutch. That'll be Evan Hellbush with a throw-in. Junior defender. Hellbush tried to center. Nice little heel kick to the outside, but one of the Hawk defenders got in the way. Nice little steal from Jimenez. Jimenez sends it down deep. It's just going to be a little bit too strong. The goalie from Pella's the Dutch is going to try to come out and play that ball. He's got to be prepared as they do a good job of getting that ball down the field so the goalie wasn't in a bad position. But Herwig is going to step up. It's going to be a foul on the Dutch, I believe. No, it's going to be a foul on the Hawks. About 45 yards out from the goal. Pretty much dead set middle of the field. Be Teddy Apostopoulos. The ball's moving as he strikes it here. It went in. It went in. That's a score for the Dutch. Teddy Apostopoulos. Number 6 for their first goal of the night. It's a 1-0 lead for the Pella Dutch. It just didn't look like it was going in, and then all of a sudden it hit that bottom of that corner, and it just trickled in. Herwig was right over there. Just I don't think he thought it was going to be hitting that pole there, and it actually did and went in. Well, the Hawks got their work cut out for them now as they go down 1-0 here with about 32 minutes left to go here in the second half. Just 8 minutes into the second half. right at the 48-minute mark of the match. A score for the Dutch. Nice little thread of the needle there as Ripley takes the ball downfield, tries to get into some open space. Huckstep able to step up and corral that ball right there in the zone, in the box. He waves on his defense. He's going to put this ball long, sends it away. With the handball, the referee says play on. Ripley sends it outside. Jackson Roberts with the touch, gets it into the midfield. Wahlberg gives the ball up. Dyers can't contain that ball, rolls out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks, which they take very, very quickly on the far side. Ball given up to the Dutch. They play a little give and go on the outside. Doesn't connect and goes out of bounds. It'll be off the Hawks. It'll be a throw-in for the Dutch. Messer with a throw-in on the far side. Oh, nice little touch here. Is Bengi not going to be able to run that one down as the goalkeeper comes out. Huckstep with the grab there. Rolls the ball into play. And a bat, there is a Messer is on the outside. I thought it was going to go out of bounds, but Messer was there waiting for it as it goes out of bounds this time. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. Hawks roll around the defensive shell. Jimenez, nice work in the midfield. Ball bounced off a couple there. Ripley with the touch here is going to take a shot. Nice touch by Huckfield. Huckstep sends it out to the side, and it's misplayed by Loader on the far side. He takes a swing at it, and it bounces off of his foot. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Dutch as they avert some disaster there with the Ankeny Hawks with a nice opportunity to tie that score up at 1-1, but they failed to do so. Still a 1-0 lead for the Dutch. But some good opportunities here starting to make themselves noticed for the Hawks. Wahlberg with a foul on the far side. Hawks with a throw-in. Dutch player goes down trying to contain the ball. Gives the Hawks an opportunity here. Ripley with a touch. Tries to get around his defender. Sends the ball into the midfield. In the midfield, the player goes down, but referee says play on. And does call a foul on the Hawks. They were trying to keep that ball in the offensive zone. And Pella surely is 3A in soccer, wouldn't they be? Yep, 3A in soccer. So this would be the same division that the Hawks play in. Dutch put the ball back into the play off the foul. Errant pass to the midfield, gives the Hawks the ball back for a second. And then number 12, Chase Hamilton, freshman for the Dutch, sends the ball into the stratosphere of the sidelines. They're going to be chasing that ball for a little while. Ball goes out of bounds once again off the Dutch. Referee was going to call a foul. Does end up calling the foul. Doesn't think that there was an advantage. So Ripley draws the foul just over the half pitch. I don't think that was the spot of the foul either. It was inside the 40-yard line with that foul, but the referee calls it right there. Strong shot into the opportunity. Leads to an opportunity. It's a score for Jimenez, number 5. Puts the ball into the back of the net. It's new life for the Ankeny Hawks as they tie the score up with 25 minutes left to go here in the second half. 1-1. Free kick was sent in, went off of a Pella defender, and Jimenez just stood up, took that one, and launched it to the back of the net. The goalkeeper didn't have a chance on it. First goal of the year for the Hawks. Brian Jimenez, a junior, playing that midfield kind of forward position. Just was at the right place at the right time as the ball went off of the defender there and was able to tee it up and put that ball into the back of the net. Ball sent out of bounds by the Hawks. It'll be a throw-in for the Dutch as they try to get back into control of this game and get that lead back again. Jackson Roberts sends that ball out of bounds on the far side. It'll be a throw-in for the Dutch. Ball sneaks through. Herwig, the senior goalkeeper, will pick that up. Rolling the ball back into play. Sends it into Tyler Woods. Woods patiently takes it up the field. Actually, that was McMillan takes it up the field. Henry McMillan, the junior defender. Another touch for him. Stops that ball. Picked up by the Dutch. They try to chip it into number 21. Be a goal kick for the Hawks as we got a Dutch player down right now. Hops back up to his feet. Looks like we're going to have a substitution. Number 2 back into the game, Carson Leathers. Might be number 7 came into the game. I think that's Austin Bowen that came into the game, a senior midfielder. One of the captains came back into the field, back on the field. Hawks get that ball down the field, and kind of a desperation kick there as the ball was trying to head out of bounds. It sails far and wide of the goalkeep, but it goes out the backside. It'll be a goal kick for the Hawks. Ball back and forth. It's out of bounds. It'll be Hawks possession as they try to get that ball back into their offensive part of the field. Quick throw in. Got a Pella offensive player right there. Doing a nice job of knocking that ball down and getting it going in the right direction. Nice ball sent in here. That's going to be Bengi with a touch, but the goalkeeper comes out of the zone and is able to separate the ball from the offensive player and get it going in the right direction for the Dutch. Hawks trying to connect with a couple passes in the midfield. The Dutch send it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. Halfway mark of the second half coming up here as both of the offensive actions have come in this first 20 minutes of the second half. It's a 1-1 score for both teams here, tied up at 1. Ripley does a nice job of fighting through a nice tackle by the Pella defender, but loses possession of the balls. The Dutch get a few touches amongst themselves. Hawks get the ball back. Ripley taken down, no call. Play on, says the referee. Ball out of bounds off the Dutch. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. Yeah, the players on the field don't seem to be minding the weather at all here. I think it's just everybody else here that's having to sit around on the bench, or referees not being able to move too much. And then the fans, obviously, that are pretty cold here as this wind is not let up at all. And, in fact, it's probably just gotten a little bit colder as we've moved on. Push there, called on the Dutch. It'll be a free kick for the Hawks. Hawks step up here, ready to put the ball into play. Bouncing around here as pops up there as two Hawk offensive players were kind of right on top of each other as one of them went down, and then they really didn't have an opportunity to take a good kick at it because they were right on top of each other, and it just kind of popped up, and the goalkeeper was able to snag it out of the air, and Huckstep sends it all the way down the field. Kobo to Ripley. Ripley loses possession. Hawks get it back. Sending it back to the goalkeep. Nice pressure from the Hawks, trying to get him to make a mistake. He sent the Pella Dutch defense team back there, sends the ball out of bounds. Quick throw in for the Hawks. As the Cavalry kind of makes their way back here, it looks like Wahlberg's doing a nice job of getting some opportunity there, and he's taken down. The ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for the Hawks. Corner kicks are brought to you by Iowa Rush. Check them out at iowarush.com. Camps and leagues for here in Ankeny. iowarush.com. Corner kick. Cobo sends that ball in. Nice and high this time, getting caught in the wind. Headed by Loader. Puts that ball back onto the field, and Dutch defense takes that ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. Also got a couple subs coming in. Looks like Dyer's coming back into the game. And then for the Hawks, it's number 8. That's Jack Krosky coming back into the game. Played most of the first half, getting his first action of the second half. Ball bouncing around here right in the middle here. Hawks are mainly in control here, but give up the ball, get back into control, give the ball back up again. The Dutch send it in long. Jackson Roberts able to settle it down. Lundberg goes down. Cole tries to take a shot down the field. It's knocked down, but Andrew Loader's there, and he puts it into Bengi. Bengi takes a shot. It's well defended by Hugstep, but a nice shot by Bengi as he got an awesome pass in there from Andrew Loader. Got a great opportunity to take the lead. Goes off of his hands and out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for the Hawks. Yeah, it was a nice play. Yeah, a little give and go on the outside. Off of the goalpost. Yep. Couldn't do that if he tried, and he did it fairly easily. Trying to see who's taking the corner kicks on that far side over there. I thought it was Cobo going all the way across there, but it looks like it's somebody else there trying to get a number. Those numbers on the front are very small. Yeah, that was Cal Wahlberg that was taking that corner kick over there. He looks like he's going to be taking that far side corners. So we'll make sure we know who that is for the rest of the game there. They can do a nice job, little back heel kick. Going to have another opportunity here to get a shot on goal for Bengi. Bengi moves it around, then just loses control of it, and Huckstep comes out and lays on the ball. 14 minutes left to go here in a 1-1 match. Pella and the Hawks. Foul by the Hawks. It'll be a free kick for the Dutch. Ball sent out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. Dyer with a touch in the midfield. Sends it back to the defending midfielder for the Dutch. Levi Hansen. Misplayed off of the one of the defenders, but Herwig is there to be able to snatch it right pretty much off of the shoulder of one of the Dutch players as we have an injured player down on the far side. I think it might be Tyler Woods over there. I think he took a shot off the chest, I saw. I think that's maybe what happened, but like he might be limping a little bit here too. And you want to cut to a quick commercial here before this, or do you want to stay here? He looks like he's trying to walk it off here. Looks like they're going to put it back into play. Bengi goes down looking for a foul called there, but nothing called as the ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. Ball goes out of bounds off of the Hawks. It'll be a throw-in for the Dutch. Well, I know both these teams will be looking to score a goal here because I don't think anybody wants overtime on a night like tonight, Andy. Good opportunity here, and the ball gets into some open space. Andrew Loader chasing that ball down. They send it back to the goalkeep. Goalkeep does get there just in time, but the Ankeny defense comes up and knocks that ball down. They're trying to get control of it again. Ripley with a touch. Tries to connect up with Loader, but Loader's not able to get a handle on it. Ball gets to some open space. Dutch do a good job of connecting on that. Hawks just shoot that one out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Dutch. Even Hellbush, junior defender, will be throwing it in. Nice cross in there for the Dutch, but nobody able to connect on the backside. It'll roll out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. We've got a couple of substitutions coming in. Looks like our goal scorer early in the game maybe is coming back into the game. Number 4 is coming back in, looks like. That's Lincoln Sanderson coming into the game. Dutch connected on a couple passes here as they send it to the outside. Haven Hellbush down a cross there, just not able to connect up with anybody. It was another excellent opportunity. Almost went in on the hard angle. Herwig's not even able to take that ball in, 'cause as soon as he puts it down to be able to go ahead and take a kick on it, it rolls away. Got a substitution coming in. Lone goal scorer for the Hawks coming in. It's Jimenez coming back into the game. Once again, the ball's moving here from the wind as the keeper puts it back into play. Jackson Roberts with a stop, trying to get it out of the offensive zone of the Dutch. Sends it out to the top of the key. The Dutch cycle it back in. Yeah, if anything, Andy, I think the wind may be even picking up. I mean, we're definitely getting some strong gusts here in the second half that we didn't have in the first half. You just see the net down there behind the goalkeeper is just whipping behind the goalkeeper there. Got a free kick coming up here for the Dutch. It's going to be a really dangerous spot, almost kind of very similar to the spot that they scored at in the first half. He's going to be going for that upper left-hand corner again. Ankeny setting up a 2 or 3 man wall there, trying to give the goalkeeper some help. But he's definitely leaning towards that left side there where they had shot for before. He puts it into play. Right off of the spar, and Herwig's not able to corral it. It's a goal for the Dutch. Ooh, maybe not. Nope, they're not called. They did not call a goal. They called interference on the goalkeeper. There will not be a goal. No goal. I don't know about that. That's a iffy call. Quick shot by the Dutch. Herwig's able there to scoop that one up. Ball sails out of bounds on the goal kick from Herwig. Be a throw in for the Dutch just over the mid-pitch. Ball bounces off of a Dutch player and goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Hawks. Landon Bengi's coming back in the game, number 9. Got a little bit of a rest. He's been kind of one of the catalysts for the offense as he just rolls around his defender. Sends it in to, tries to send it in there to Loader, but Pella's able to get a foot on that ball and stops that pressure from getting too much forward. The Dutch had a foul call, but they're playing advantage. They take a ricochet off of one of the Hawk defenders, and Herwig's able to grab that one and keep it from getting too close to some trouble for the Hawks. He sends that ball into the air and out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in right at mid-pitch for the Dutch. Producer Andy just said 7:30 start was what was broadcast, was set up for this, and we would be just getting started with the varsity game at this time right now. I'm glad they moved it up to 6 o'clock for sure, I think, for everybody. The conditions here are getting worse and worse here. Like I said, the only thing that's missing is some precipitation, and knock on wood, we won't get any of that. It's not going to affect us up here, Andy, but it could affect everybody else. Yeah, the wind chill's down to like 14 degrees. About as unpleasant as you can get for soccer out there. Dutch are starting to mount some consistent pressure here onto the Hawks. As Wahlberg gets control of the ball, sends it out to Coble. Coble sends it down the line, able to be knocked down by the Dutch. Send it right back to McMillan. McMillan connects up with the midfield. Jack Krosky sends that ball to Loader's feet. Loader tries to kick it out there with Bengi. Bengi was not able to run that one down. It'll roll out of bounds. Be a Dutch throw-in. Hawks are going to look to try to keep this ball into their offensive half here and see if they can make something happen and get that second goal and get the win here for the Hawks. Down to 3 minutes here left to go in the game. That was an iffy throw in there. Looked like he picked up his back foot as he was throwing that one. I'd like to see that one again, but it was a really strong throw pretty far down there. But his back foot is picked up again that time as well. On those throw-ins, both of those feet need to stay on the ground. It definitely is leaving on the backside. Should be called for a foul. Hawks do a nice job of keeping it from going out of bounds out the backside and giving them a corner kick. It'll just be a throw-in deep into the defensive zone of the Hawks. Hawks do a nice job of getting out of trouble here. Bengi trying to get through there. Does get through his two defenders. Gets it to Jimenez. Jimenez with a touch. Gets it over to Wahlberg. Wahlberg outside of Coble. Coble sends it back into the middle. And nobody's there. Just didn't lead him enough. Dutch send it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. Looks like the Hawks may have one more offensive grasp here at the end of the game as Jimenez steps off the field. Oh, we got a down player down here at the backside. You got Jackson Roberts was down there right in front of the goalkeeper. Trainer's coming running out there to check on him, but he's up and walking. Looks like you got some players out here cramping. I think we've seen the Dutch down a couple times. This looks like with some cramps, trying to get that calf muscle worked out. Good show of sportsmanship there as one of the Ankeny players is helping stretch those calves out for the Dutch player. I think that's an Ankeny player over there, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's number 8, Jack Krosky helping out there, trying to keep play moving forward. Clock stopped at 1:02. Clock will start running here on putting it back into possession here as the Hawks are able to do a substitution there with the injury. Got Brandon Tout hasn't played very much in the second half, back in. Ripley takes out a player, but the referee says play advantage, and the Hawks are able to corral that one and send it out of bounds. 30 seconds left to go as the Dutch try to scramble to get the ball back into play. That is not a legal throw. I don't know how they're not calling that because his foot is definitely lifting off the back every time he tosses that. He's getting a long throw in there, but maybe I'm missing something here as a layman soccer person here. And we're going to be heading into overtime. We'll come back here in a few minutes. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back for the overtime between the Ankeny Hawks and the Pella Dutch, knotted up at 1-1 here in Ankeny High School.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for years now. They asked me to tell you about their special customer event, Us Days. Exclusive deals, like up to $1,200 for any new phone. So I said, if I'm going to be on TV, think I can get hair and makeup? And I even got a manicure, too.
Us Days at U.S. Cellular. Get up to $1,200 to upgrade to any new phone.
Hi everybody, Danielle Seifert here, letting you know that I have the keys to your brand new home. I have been handing over keys to dream homes in the Des Moines Metro for 20 years. And with my team in Ankeny, we deliver an experience that's simple and stress-free. Sound advice, savvy negotiating, exceptional customer service, and the keys to living your best life are just the start of what you get when you are working with me and my team. Check out available properties at danielleseifert.com. Let's talk soon.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Garage Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching, we have the best technology, we have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
US Cellular Prepaid lets you pick a plan that fits your needs. We don't deprioritize you like the other guys in their prepaid plans. With our great 5G network coverage that keeps you in the fast lane. Our 5G coverage is always along for the ride. Buy 1 month of service right now and get the second one free. US Cellular, built for us.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
I've been with US Cellular for years now. They asked me to tell you about their special customer event, Us Days. Exclusive deals, like up to $1,200 for any new phone. So I said, if I'm gonna be on TV, think I can get hair and makeup? And I even got a manicure too.
Us Days at US Cellular. Get up to $1,200 to upgrade to any new phone.
Well, we got both teams back out on the field. Looked like there was a little bit of a lapse there as we got things figured out here. Getting a ball back out on the field, game ball. Teams are staying on the same sides that they were at when we left you. It'll be a 10-minute first half of the overtime and then be followed by a second 10 minutes. And if there's no goals at the end of that, they'll go to penalty kicks. But up until that point, it'll be a golden goal. Any goal that's scored here will be the game winner. That was a dicey play there. Very easily could have been called for a foul there on a goal-scoring attempt there, but referee waves his hands and says no goal. As we have a player go down at the just 30 seconds here into the overtime. Looks to be cramps. Seen a couple of players on both teams cramping up at the second part of that second half. That's Jackson Roberts. It's kind of gingerly walking off the field. He'll be replaced. like the Hawks have yet to replace him. They must have got somebody in there. They may be playing with 10 men right now. Call for a foul. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's 10 men on the field. Here, we're good. Must have snuck a sub on there at some point. I didn't see who came in for Jackson. Jackson Roberts. Just getting a little sloppy out there right now for both teams. A lot of players going down. Everybody's got to be tired, and these conditions are just about as rough as you could get for an early season game. Herwig tries to clear that one out, but is able to be knocked down by one of the Pella forwards, and luckily a defender was right there, is able to sweep that ball out. It'll be a corner kick for the Dutch. One of their first corner kicks of the game, maybe the second corner kick of the game for them. Corner kicks are brought to you by Iowa Rush at iowarush.com. One of Iowa's premier soccer clubs. They do have a facility or a subsidiary club down in Pella as well. So I think some of these players might have played together through that club as well. They have locations up in Waverly, Pella, and here in Ankeny. Ball's pretty much been in the Dutch offensive zone pretty much since the start of overtime. We're about half done with the first overtime. The Hawks need to definitely get that ball out of there and start to get some offense running of their own. 1-1 tie at the end of regulation has led to this overtime period. Manuel Dyers takes that ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. Offsides. Nice try by Bengi there, trying to get an advantage there, but got caught. AR was in the right position to be able to see that happen. Had to have been pretty close, though, because that ball came from pretty far back in the back of the pitch there for the defending Hawks to put that one into play, but AR was right on top of it, called it immediately. I see the opportunity to get to Bengi's right now when he's uncovered here on the near side here. Number 11 was playing in front of him, but he's playing as far forward as he can here because number 4 is keeping him on sides. This is the opportunity if Ankeny could get a possession here. If they just kick it out to the outside for Bengi here, he could be off to the races. Right here's a great opportunity for them to get control and get it out to Bengi. Bengi's on sides this time. He's not going to be offsides this time. They could have just get it pushed over to the far side a little bit better. It would have been a nice little play for Bengi. Kobo takes that throw in on the far side just into the game. Hawks with a nice little bit of possession here. Bengi with a couple moves here. Maybe one or two too many moves there as he's trying to get freed up to get a shot on goal. A handball there called on the Hawks. It'll be a free kick for the Dutch. They're milking that positioning as much as they can, trying to push that ball up the field little bit by little bit. Pressure there by Ripley. Ripley gets called for the fouls. It looked like to be a pretty even 50-50 ball, and just the Dutch player went down, and so Ripley called for the foul. The Dutch have been dangerous from these set pieces from pretty far out. They put the ball into play. Nicely timed ball. He's able to be headed out by one of the Ankeny defenders. Ball rolls out of bounds. Be Dutch throw in. Nice bit of work on the far side, trying to beat two defenders over there. Ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be a free or throw in for the Hawks. They try to make their way down the field, get into an offensive position. Ball goes out of bounds off the Hawks. Dutch throw in. Emmanuel Dyers. Looks like a handball called. Be a nice position for a free kick here for the Hawks. They're going to look to get something on net here. Got 5 offensive players in the zone here trying to get something to happen with this ball. The Dutch do a nice job of heading that ball out. Takes it out of danger. Hawks step up against. Yeah, Bengi's offside again. Love the enthusiasm from Bengi, but you just got to be more aware where he's at in relation to those Dutch defenders and when he can take off. But kind of indicative of the first game of the year. Jimenez with a nice touch. Gets the ball back to himself. Sprints up. Looking for another opportunity. Gets it out to Bengi on the far side. Bengi corner centers. Dutch there to knock it back out. Emmanuel Dyers on the attack. Gets around his defender. Defender does a nice job of getting the ball back there, but Dutch able to keep possession. Looking for a shot from the Dutch. Ankeny does a nice job of getting the ball out of there. Referee calls a foul. It'll be a free kick for the Hawks as the seconds trickle off of the first overtime. We'll be heading to the second set of the overtime. We'll be back in 1 second with a word from our sponsors.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for years now. They asked me to tell you about their special customer event, Us Days. Exclusive deals, like up to $1,200 for any new phone. So I said, if I'm going to be on TV, think I can get hair and makeup? And I even got a manicure, too.
Us Days at U.S. Cellular. Get up to $1,200 to upgrade to any new phone.
Hi everybody, Danielle Seifert here, letting you know that I have the keys to your brand new home. I have been handing over keys to dream homes in the Des Moines Metro for 20 years. And with my team in Ankeny, we deliver an experience that's simple and stress-free. Sound advice, savvy negotiating, exceptional customer service, and the keys to living your best life are just the start of what you get when you are working with me and my team. Check out available properties at danielleseifert.com. Let's talk soon.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Garage Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
And we're back, 10 minutes on the clock here for the second overtime. Looking for a golden goal for either of these teams to end this match and get these fans and players out of this cold weather. Wanted to get a couple clarifications here. I was kind of chatting back and forth with one of the soccer parents here. Looks like that the disallowed goal for Pella, we're pretty sure that it was offsides because on the ricochet off the post, if that ball goes in, it's a score. But I think those players were offsides on the initial shot, and so when that ball doesn't go in and it bounces off that crossbar, and goes back into play, those guys are offside. So if they're the first ones to touch it in an offside position, disallowed goal. So I'm pretty sure that was what the call was. Just wanted to also clarify, if a ball does go out of bounds in the air, like we saw one right in front of us here, I think in the first half, that ball is considered out of bounds at that time as well. But been a good match for both teams here. If they're going to both get some valuable experience out of this first game of the season. Teams do flip sides of the field, so we'll have the Hawks going from left to right this time in the burgundy, and the Pella Dutch and the white going from right to left. A couple balls out of bounds for off of the Hawks. It'll be another Dutch throw-in. The Dutch tried to center that ball, but it was able to be corralled by Herwig. Herwig pushes his defending players up the field. He's going to send it long. Jimenez, nice job of just being a little bit of a pest to the offensive midfielder there for the Dutch. Kind of all over the place, causing problems. But the Dutch do get possession of it. They send a ball in long. Herwig's in perfect position to be able to scoop that one up. And he once again pushes the defenders up the field. Much better ball this time. Sends it up there. Knocked down by Loader. Loader sends it over to the other side here. It's number 1. That's one of the non-starters into the game. We'll get a name on that. That's Ty Newhard. Played a little bit in the first half. Ball sent up into the stands. They're trying to get that ball corralled there and get it over to that ball boy, or get over to one of the Dutch players. It's Colton Messer is going to put the ball back into play. Everybody's kind of swiping at the ball there, going back and forth. Nobody get a good kick on it, but we sent one into the air. Might have come down with some ice on it in weather like this. Bengi with a couple touches. Off of the Dutch defender. Bengi with another touch here. Is looking to get into offensive place. Back and forth from Loader to Bengi, and Bengi just wasn't able to get any momentum onto that ball and any energy onto that ball, and it just trickles into Huckstep's hands, and he snatches that one. Is going to put the ball back into play. With this wind and the cold weather, you got to pressure up on that goal keep and just look for an opportunity to have something crazy happen and be able to pull one in the back of the net and end this match for the Hawks. Would have been a nicely weighted ball in there for the Dutch, but that wind is just blowing way too hard and just blew the ball out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. Dutch throw-in on the far side. Nice little set of connections there for the Hawks. Sending it over here to Neward. Nice job of connecting with his feet there. Bengi with a nice little touch is going to get an opportunity. It's going to just trickle just to the right side of the goal keep. It was a nice opportunity. Neward had a nice little run up to that one. Was able to just thread the needle in there to Bengi, and Bengi just couldn't get enough on it to get to the back of the goal, but was an awesome opportunity there as we could see some of the Pella Dutch defenders starting to have some trouble with their calves, with their legs in this bad weather, so we need to take this as an opportunity as the ball just goes right off of Dyer's feet out of bounds. It's a great opportunity here for the Hawks to get back into the offensive flow of the game. Jimenez throwing the ball, his body into the play. Stocky Cab goes down to the field. It'll be a throw-in for the Dutch. Wahlberg with some nice defending, but eventually did get called for the foul. Be a free kick for the Dutch. Colton Messer is going to line this one up. Jimenez sends it down deep. Going to stay in bounds. It'll be a great opportunity for the Ankeny Hawks to get some offensive juices going here as they send the Dutch send it out of bounds. That'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. Nice little flick off the head. Dutch having some trouble getting that ball connected well. Hawks knock it down, send it back into the offensive zone again. Nice one touch by the Dutch. Loader with a touch, sends the ball outside, and it's going to be a nice opportunity for the Hawks as Loader goes down with a foul. Midfield, about 40 yards out from the goal keep. This is where the Dutch scored, I think, in the first goal of the game was about in this location where they went to the upper left-hand corner. Looks like it's going to be Ripley setting up the ball. Gannon Ripley, senior midfielder. Going to be a 4-person wall set up by the Dutch. There are going to be runners coming in from the left as Ripley puts the ball into play and just kind of trickles in there with, I don't know if anybody touched it. It's going to be a corner kick. Another great opportunity for the Hawks here to put this game away. Just a minute left to go here in regulation, second overtime. We're going to be trickling into penalty kicks. We don't get a score here in the last minute. Ball put into play. Controlled by the Dutch. They send it out. It's going to go well out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. They try to get it in quick with just a little bit over 30 seconds left to go. Jimenez with the ball. He puts it into play. Dutch trying to get it out of there, getting out of danger, but the Hawks keep knocking it down and keeping it moving forward. 15 seconds left to go. Maybe one more set, offensive set here. They're going to have to send it in right now. Ripley in with the cross. Nice little balls, opportunity, but the Dutch send it out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick, but there's not going to be enough time, or we're going to go to PKs here in the first game of the season for both the Dutch and the Hawks. We'll be back in 1 second when we come back from the break for some announcements.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for years now. They asked me to tell you about their special customer event, Us Days. Exclusive deals, like up to $1,200 for any new phone. So I said, if I'm going to be on TV, think I can get hair and makeup? And I even got a manicure, too.
Us Days at U.S. Cellular. Get up to $1,200 to upgrade to any new phone.
Hi everybody, Danielle Seifert here, letting you know that I have the keys to your brand new home. I have been handing over keys to dream homes in the Des Moines Metro for 20 years. And with my team in Ankeny, we deliver an experience that's simple and stress-free. Sound advice, savvy negotiating, exceptional customer service, and the keys to living your best life are just the start of what you get when you are working with me and my team. Check out available properties at danielleseifert.com. Let's talk soon.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Garage Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
Well, we're back here. We're getting set up for PKs as both the goalies are getting some instructions from the main ref. Looks like we got a sub back in for the Hawks. They are putting Jackson Dockendorf back into the game to be the goalie for the Hawks, and I think that's number one. Is that number one for the Dutch there? I almost thought I saw a different number there. I'm going to look at the roster here for the Dutch. I think that is still Tristan Huckstep. Ankeny will be shooting first. And that'll be Austin Lundeberg, the junior defender. He shoots, and he's stopped. It's a stop for the Dutch on the first goal attempt. Jackson Dockendorf into the game again. He played the first half for the Hawks. Trying to see the number on the attacker for the Dutch. He puts the ball away. It's a score for the Dutch. They take a 1-0 lead at PKs. That's number 4 for the Dutch, Max Laumann, senior defender, put that ball away for the Dutch. Jimenez in for the Hawks here for the second attempt, looking to tie it up. Brian Jimenez, one of our goal scorers for the Hawks. He puts it away with authority. Brian Jimenez with a goal. No doubt on that one as Jimenez just launches that one to the top shelf. No attempt on hook step at all for that one. Dockendorf back in again, looking to get this tied up with a save. Tied up at 1-1 right now, but the Dutch are on the advantage right now as a second attacker. Dockendorf for the save. He ties it up for the Hawks. 1-1 going into the third kicker. Looks like that's Henry McMillan stepping up for the goal. And on the miss there, that was Austin Bone, one of the captains, senior midfielder for the Dutch. It's put away. Henry McMillan with a second goal for the Hawks, 2-1 lead. Looks like Teddy Apostopoulos is going to be stepping up here for the third attempt for the Dutch. He's a miss. He puts right, left. Ankeny takes a 2-1 lead as we bring in the fourth kicker. So I think if we score here, it's over, right? I think if we score here, that would be a two goal. No. They still have 2 chances. Okay, so we'd have to have a save. So this is a big one for the Hawks right now. That's Kyle Wahlberg stepping up. And he's going to miss. Too high to the right. Gives an opportunity for Pella to tie this one up. The next Pella goal kicker here comes up, stepping up, trying to get a number on him. That's Chase Hamilton, a freshman. We're having a hard time to keep that ball into the spot there with the wind blowing as hard as it is. Dockendorf's ready. He's come off of 2 straight saves. Hamilton puts that ball away, ties it up at 3. Number 10, Gannon Ripley is up next for the Hawks. It's put in. Goes off of the goal keep. No, it doesn't count. Is that a no goal? Messer steps up, puts the ball away. So we should be tied up 4-4. So we have our second goal scoring group come in. Yeah, that was a score that for Ripley. There just wasn't a lot of cheering there, and it kind of went off of the goalkeeper's feet, hit the top of the crossbar, and then went in. I was pretty sure it was a score, but like a crowd really didn't react when he put that one in. So we'll go to our sixth kicker here. And from now on, if one team scores, the other team does not, it'll be the end of the match here. Landon Bringy up here. Or Landon Beng, I think I'm mispronouncing it. He steps up. Puts the ball away. Score for the Hawks. Now a save here for Dockendorf will win the match for the Hawks. Carson Leathers. Puts it away. We're going to keep going. Dockendorf was almost there for the save. Andrew Loader for the Hawks, number 17, stepping up. Loader needs to keep this momentum going for the Hawks. He scored on several in a row here. Emphatic score for Loader. Hawks take the lead. Hawks can end this one with a save or a miss. Maybe number 9, Tyson Barnes, maybe stepping up here. 15, Levi Hansen, senior midfielder, stepping up. Gets Dockendorf moving the wrong way and scores right down the middle. Like Tyler Wood stepping up, number 15 for the Hawks. He's ready to go. He puts it away. Hawks take the lead again. Both teams on a little goalkeeping or goal scoring tear here at the end of the PKs. Once again, the pressure back on Pella. Needs to score this one to keep the match moving forward. That's Evan Hellbush, junior defender, number 11. Ball blew out of the way there. By the time he would have kicked it, would have been about 3 foot closer. We're going to need somebody to come out here and hold the ball in place like they do for the tees in football. Pella shoots. And it's saved! Hawks win! Dockendorf with the save! Shootout win for the Hawks on a blustery cold night here in South Ankeny. The Hawks come away with the win. I think Andy, the Birdie Murphy, strong player of the game. I think we almost have to get to Dockendorf there as the goalkeeper coming in. Had a clean sheet in the first half, came back in the PKs and was able to thwart a couple of the Pella shots there and was able to pull out the win for the Hawks. Jackson Dockendorf with the player of the game. And we'll have some more activities coming up here as we're just getting started with the spring season here. I think Andy's got a full slate of both Centennial and Hawk events coming up here. So keep your eye on our Facebook pages as the events come up. I think our next event is going to be Friday night, 5 o'clock. It'll be Ankeny against Ames, I believe. Dow Center Grimes, right? Who is the defending champ that are going to be coming in and giving Ankeny a run for their money here right at the very beginning of the season. So we look forward to seeing the girls get started as well. Once again, recap here, the Hawks win in PKs. Jackson Dockendorf with the save there at the end to clinch the win for the Hawks. Great start for the season for the Hawks. It's Austin Oliver with Andy Pollock. We'll sign off and see you next time.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for years. They asked me to tell you about their special customer event, Us Days. Exclusive deals, like up to $1,200 for any new phone. So I said, if I'm going to be on TV, think I can get hair and makeup? And I even got a manicure, too.
Us Days at U.S. Cellular. Get up to $1,200 to upgrade to any new phone.
Hi everybody, Danielle Seifert here, letting you know that I have the keys to your brand new home. I have been handing over keys to dream homes in the Des Moines Metro for 20 years. And with my team in Ankeny, we deliver an experience that's simple and stress-free. Sound advice, savvy negotiating, exceptional customer service, and the keys to living your best life are just the start of what you get when you are working with me and my team. Check out available properties at danielleseifert.com. Let's talk soon.